Hello and welcome to today's edition of Iron Port, the program that has been dedicated to bring Ghana's port and maritime industry closer to you. It is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Revenue Authority, Goyle Company Limited, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link, and the Meridian Ports Services Limited. It is powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. Viewers, last week a significant milestone was achieved here in Ghana. The President of the Land commissioned 2 ultra-modern dredging equipment, and this is the first time a Ghanaian-owned company, a wholly Ghanaian company, has been able to achieve this feat. Let us take a look at what transpired there, and we'll be back to take the discussion further. The President of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, has commissioned 2 ultra-modern IHC Beaver 50 dredger and marine equipment, the first of its kind to be owned by a wholly owned Ghanaian company. The equipment belongs to Dredge Masters Limited, a subsidiary of the Jospon Group, and adds up to the existing fleet of equipment used to provide marine engineering solutions. The 2 Beaver cutter suction dredgers can dredge up to 60 meters and enhances the company's capacity for large dredging projects, including ports, dams, reservoirs, and rivers. The President said the acquisition of these world-class equipment will enable high-level marine engineering projects to be executed indigenously.
We do not need to look outside anymore when it comes to the dredging of dams, reservoirs, ports, harbors, and inland reclamation activities. The vision of moving Ghana to a situation beyond aid is being assisted by the support being offered by companies such as the Jospon Group.
The Minister of Transport, Kweku Foresiama, said this feat may translate into reduced cost into port infrastructure developments in Ghana.
Mr. President, for us as the Minister of Transport and GPHA, we hope that today will be the end of one of our Achilles. Why we need to wait for a long time before we get a dredger to do our work, and also the high cost associated with it. We hope that the launch of this facility will help us to get machines on time to do our work and also do it at a reduced cost.
The executive chairman of Jospon Group of Companies, Dr. Joseph Siao Ejepon, said the company's fleet of maritime equipment worth 54 million euros will help deliver on the vision to build a suitable marine future.
Dredge Masters Limited is committed to high quality, sustainability, environmental protection, and upholding high standards. The company is also fully committed to achieving the sustainable development goals in all its endeavors.
Now, to zoom in on the subject for the day, we engaged executives from the Dredge Masters Limited. They will tell us how the company is positioning itself to provide sustainable marine engineering solutions, leveraging on top professionals and world-class equipment. Take a listen.
Since 2002, can you tell us some of the major projects that you have undertaken?
Since 2002, actually, 2015 was when Dredge Masters was birthed,
right,
due to the disaster.
Yeah.
And since then, after that's post, we have actually been on the Odor Koli project since then till date, trying to ensure that we control flooding within that Odor basin. Beyond that, we have embarked on local. I'll start with the local projects. Ghana Water Companies, a lot of their substations, starting from Daboase, Barakese, Bosumase, and in the Koforidua, in Sawam, Ghana Water substations. They've engaged us to carry out a number of dredging activities at their intakes, and as he mentioned, we have also undertaken a flood control project at the north. That's the White Volta tributaries. So we have the Sicily and Coupon rivers, who were there 2019, to ensure that we deepen those channels to reduce the impact of the rainfall and then the spillage of the dam within the communities in that area.
Right.
And then we've also had the opportunity to work with the ENI swimmers, where on 2 occasions, one on the shore pool where they were trying to connect offshore gas facility to an onshore receiving facility. We supported the operation, and then post-trenching activities. So we're there on 2 occasions to support that under the oil and gas project in Sanzule Atuabo. And yes, we've done some related civil works. We are into coastal protection. Beyond dredging, we also undertake coastal protection. On the international space, we have dredged the free port of Monrovia, that's in Liberia. Their channel was heavily silted to allow for bigger vessels to come in. We were engaged by the state to carry out some dredging activity there.
Just want to find out from you what the experience was like when you got a contract to dredge the Freetown port in Monrovia.
Well, that was welcoming and quite an experience. One of the biggest, because we actually partnered with a European company to execute that. It's one of our biggest to date. And we are looking forward to doing more, because that is one of the gateway to port infrastructure development, because as we are all aware, a lot of trade happens via sea.
So with these dredgers, we can deepen ports to 16 meters and maintain them, as well as with our partners in Europe. We can even carry out maintenance dredging, periodic maintenance dredging to maintain the depth. So we can create the depth as well as maintain it. So ports can be maintained to 16 meters now, anywhere in Africa or anywhere in the world for that matter. So we are fully geared for it. So to me, this is a very, very big leap into maritime sector as far as Ghana is concerned and West Africa is concerned, that we can deepen our ports ourselves without depending upon others. And not only equipment, we have trained talented staff which has been trained by European suppliers and equipment suppliers as well as training schools, so that we can dredge ourselves. We don't have to depend upon experts too
Foreign
much,
expertise.
except 1 or 2%. But 90% of our crew and staff is Ghanaian.
The Minister for Transport made mention of the fact that he lamented the high cost of dredging and the general port infrastructure, and believes that your company, Dredge Masters, would help avert this particular phenomenon. Is this something you're
Exactly.
looking at,
This is very true.
ameliorating?
Traditionally, dredging has been dominated by 4 or 5 European companies because it's highly capital intensive. And even training and training of people as well as getting staff is very, very costly and cumbersome. So this technology is almost remained European, except few small companies here and there, and Chinese are venturing into it now, and India does for its own country. So this need was felt for very long. And thanks to management of Jospong, they took a major leap of faith to put so much capital and so much effort to build the capacity here. Now, a port does not have to wait for a foreign company to come at a very, very high cost, and that too at their own schedule. If you want them in November, they will say they will come next November. They're too busy.
Right.
But here now we have our own equipment, our own people at our own cost, as well as availability is immediate.
Yeah, let me try and find out about your capacity, whether you have the requisite capacity to deliver on world-class projects and the kind of expertise that you have at your disposal.
Yeah, if you see Dredge Master alone, then we have capacity to dredge anything up to 16 meters, including reclaimed land. Dredging can only make depth. Dredging can even close the sea or water bodies and make land.
Right.
Like what is happening in Lagos.
Yeah.
Lagos is a prime example where land is being created by dredging.
Yes.
And secondly, we have international partners with us who provide us help in those areas where we don't have equipment as such. Like feeder suction dredgers. They are very, very huge. And they have to be occupied at least 6 to 8 months. And it takes few years to come to develop and reach at that level.
Right.
But we have long-term contracts with leading dredging companies of the world. So if we see dredge master as well as dredge master partners, we bring holistic solution. We can do any work anywhere in world, and particularly in Africa at any time.
Right.
So now capacity is not an issue. What we own, we have water masters, amphibious dredgers, 6 of them, a huge associated equipment, now cutter section dredgers, plus in partnership with our partners, we are ready to undertake any work anywhere at any time.
You talked about cooperation, and you mentioned earlier in your submission that you're working closely with the Ghana Water Company Limited. They're giving you a lot of jobs to do, and I believe that you are still in touch with them and working for them and all that. Are you looking at reaching out to other agencies that you can work with?
Yes.
We have the Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority. We have the Ghana Maritime Authority. We have other agencies in the
Water River Authority, the Ministry of Transport. Yes, we have. They are basically part of the stakeholder community, and we have contacted, or we have listed down all of these potential clients and contacted them, sent proposal. We've identified some of the challenges within their sector and what could be done to help support them, ensure that this could be, put to rest, if for lack of better word. So that, yes, we are constantly engaging a bit for the fact that dredging by itself, it's quite capital intensive.
Yes.
We are also looking at funding so that it's also going to be part of the proposal, how best we could raise funds to, if
undertake
at the moment,
project,
undertake the project. If at the moment it's not something which they can fit into their budget, then we look at the alternative.
You have flexible payment terms, perhaps.
Exactly, and it's about just sitting down and meeting, finding a middle ground where we can both agree to move in under these conditions and then start. So yes, it goes. It's not just the Ghana Water. Water Resources Commissions are also the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation. And basically all the water bodies in the country, we have identified all of them, in addition to even the Galamsey sites where the waters have been badly damaged. We have also contacted the environmental ministry, see how best we can help ensure that these waters are restored and the land around them also reclaimed and put in the best of conditions so that farming or any other commercial activity can be undertaken there. So we are looking at the entire nation at whole, and even beyond Ghana, West Africa and Africa at large.
Right. So far, how would you say your collaboration with government has been? What support have you gotten from government, and what extra support would you need to achieve your goals as dredge masters?
So basically, government has been very cooperative. They appreciate the need for dredging, as I mentioned earlier. That's why they've engaged us on a number of projects, yes, including other state institutions. So on that bit, cooperation level is super. Other support is to see to it that they push a lot of these dredging contracts, especially for those that go out to the foreigners and foreign companies, those that earlier European competitors. You see us be a part of it. Local content dredging, that should be, a policy that if it's activated or passed, you see us, money staying within the country where we can also equally undertake some of these services. And the support, as the Chinese government supports China Harbour, we are also praying that the state also supports dredge masters.
Now let us hear a few comments on the subject that was just discussed.
This one comes from Jeffrey from North Legon.
He says, I would like to commend Dredge Masters for the good work they are doing for Mother Ghana. This is from Senyo. He says, I want to appreciate the good work Dredge Masters is doing. They have done a good work with the Odor River, Eningo Pram Pram, and now we can see the effect. The country is benefiting. I just hope that the new equipment they have brought in will now provide a lot of relief to Ghanaians first before they take on the West African sub-region, especially when it comes to the flooding situation. It is my prayer that very soon we see them dredging the Wager River and others. This one is from Peter from Cape Coast. He says, I want to find out from Dredge Masters if the Cape Coast Fosu Lagoon is on their radar. Hi Peter, Mr. Diepena from Dredge Masters says they have inspected the area and they have submitted a proposal to the local authority to begin processes that would lead up to the actual project. This is from Mavis from Afienia. She says, I am very excited to hear a Ghanaian company is doing all this. I want to urge government to support and give them contracts so they can help the nation. So good news that a wholly Ghanaian company is taking strides to fill a gap when it comes to marine engineering solutions. It is our hope that other local companies will rally resources and invest in our industry so that we can support and build local capacity for the Ghanaian maritime industry. Iron Port returns after this break.
Every now and again, GOIL makes good things happen. This time, GOIL has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with GOIL Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. GOIL has that sorted. GOIL, good energy.
Electricity, pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Impressive factory. If only I had listened to you, I wouldn't have been in this mess. That devastating fire virtually wiped out the whole factory and my warehouse.
Remember my misfortunes last year? Serene Insurance Asset All Risk Fire policy that I took were there to pay for my damaged stocks in the warehouse, and my machines that were affected by the floods have been replaced. My accident vehicle is back on the road thanks to Serene Insurance Motor Policy. Currently, my goods are on the high seas covered with their marine cargo insurance policy. I was just telling Ajima about Serene Insurance. Oh, Ajima, tell him more.
As a road contractor, I make sure I do my contractors all risk insurance for the project and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Welcome back. Now, the Ship Owners and Agents Association Ghana, what we know as SOAAG, has unveiled a new logo during its annual cocktail event. Take a listen.
The Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana, SOAAG, has held its annual cocktail event with a call on all stakeholders in the port and shipping industry to resort to dialogue as they seek ways of resolving challenges confronting the industry. The annual cocktail event is aimed at bringing players in the port and shipping industry together for networking and discussion of pertinent issues pertaining to the industry. The interactive and informal gathering was attended by chief executives of vessels calling the country's ports and representatives from the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Meridian Port Services, Ghana Shippers Authority, the Shippers Council of the Sahelian countries, the Association of the Customs House Agents Ghana, the Member of Parliament for Tema Central, Honorable Yves Norty, and a Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, Herbert Krapper. An executive member of SOAAG, Adam Morayana, called for dialogue and commended stakeholders for their immense commitment and contribution towards ensuring that there was business continuity in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Whatever the issues are, whatever the challenges are, I think let's dialogue, because that is the only way forward. Our doors are always open. We know we have challenges, you also have challenges. So if we judge, we can only come up with solutions.
The CEO of MPS, Mohamed Samara, decried the low volumes of trade so far due to what he described as economic issues, but expressed optimism that the second half of the year will bring some positive prospect.
We are all optimistic. Speaking to most of you, we think that the second half of this year is going to be back to normal, or we're going to see some uprise. And what is really happening, we are benchmarking this year again as the best year ever in the history of the port, which is also not an easy benchmark, to achieve.
The Tema Sector Commander of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Julius Kantum, called for cooperation among stakeholders to ensure that Customs achieves its revenue target.
I know that there is a lot of work to be done, and I need your cooperation, as well as you need my commitments to resolving those issues. So let's work as a team and then see how we can sanitize the space so that we can promote our businesses, and I will get my revenue.
The Director General of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Michael Luguje, assured the shipping lines and the business community that the authority will continue to create the enabling environment for their businesses to thrive.
For us as Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, I think it has been a very fruitful collaboration working with you. We've appreciated the cooperation and understanding over the years. Indeed, during the COVID, all the challenges we had and the need for cargo to still keep moving, you cooperated with us. Many of you shut your offices and introduced quickly online versions. But I think each time we call any of you from your rooms with your face masks on, you did everything possible to make sure that you address the challenges that were at stake. And together, we managed to keep the ports open and cargoes moving.
A Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, Herbert Krapper, assured the shipping lines of the ministry's support because of the crucial role they play in trade facilitation.
Your role in the work that we do at our ministry is significant. I mean, if you understand the scope of trade and industry, you know that it is only logical to put the logistics department and sector at the helm, at the top of affairs. Logistics plays a very crucial role in the trade facilitation regime, and we will not be able to reap the dividend of all the work that we're doing if trade facilitation is not functioning.
The event was used to unveil the new logo of the Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana.
Now let us turn our attention to the global scene and have a look at what is transpiring in the international shipping and maritime industry. French shipping major CMA CGM has carried out its first liquefied natural gas bunkering operation in Spain together with energy companies UNVEILS and Repsol. Conducted at the beginning of May, it was the first pipe-to-ship LNG bunkering operation on a container ship at UNVEILS regasification plant in Cartagena terminal. Specifically, the vessel named Borealis, owned by CMA CGM's intra-European subsidiary container ships, was bunkered in this operation. The shipping major aims to have 44 of its vessels powered by LNG as a part of its target to become carbon neutral by 2050. To achieve this aim, CMA CGM selected Wärtsilä, the Finnish technology group, to supply a range of solutions for its new build LNG container ships and support its maritime decarbonization operations. The Maritime Executive, an online international news portal, reports that amid growing risk of famine in parts of the Middle East and Africa, the Russian government has held out hopes that it might allow millions of tons of Ukrainian food to reach the global south, but only as part of a deal on sanctions relief for Russia. Russia has imposed a naval blockade on all Ukrainian ports, including the key agricultural export hub of Odessa. An estimated 22 million tons of grain are stuck in Ukraine because seaborne commerce is fully cut off. Ukraine cannot sell its crops, and import-dependent nations like Lebanon and Egypt cannot buy them. The problem is set to worsen by the end of the summer because there is no room in the silos to store the next harvest. Meanwhile, a food crisis is growing in import-dependent countries. In the response to the need for more shipping companies to address the import emissions of their vessels, California-based Clean Air Engineering Maritime is expanding its fleet of innovative scrubber barges to service California ports. The company is building a new 85-foot-long self-propelled barge at the Greenbrier Company shipyard in Portland, Oregon, that will be operated to capture and treat stuck exhaust of vessels in the port of Long Beach and Los Angeles, California. The company also plans to produce more of these barges that can be operated in several other California seaports. It's time for the schedule of vessels that have berth within the ports, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming weeks, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rates, which you may need to know to clear your cargo with. This brings us to the close of today's edition of Iron Port. Remember, you can watch all Iron Port content on our YouTube channel, Iron Port. Thank you for watching.